Hello and what's up everybody, welcome back to Screen Technicals. Today in this video we are going to see how can we fetch you can say our not fetch we can upload our image from our template to our database, right? So for this we are going to use a concept of forms, right? So just open up your VS Code and you can say just in your home app, in this directory I'm going to create a file and naming it as form, right? It is forms.py, right? It is forms.py. hit enter, and here I'm going to import some of the methods that I will be using. So the first thing is Django. It is Django dot forms, right? I'm going to import model form. It is model form, just like this, right? And it is capital, so it is basically model forms, right? Okay, so from Django.forms I want to import the model form, right? Okay, and you can say it has just auto completed, you can say the thing, but press Ctrl Z because I don't need the autocomplete feature right now. Right here from Django.http import request, right? And then from dot models I'm going to import, you can say, okay, I'm going to import, you can say, my profile model, right? Okay, right here capital P, just like that. Save this one, and it is from, not form. Save that much thing. Now basically why I'm just, you might be thinking why just importing my form, you can see this model at this point. Now in our models.py you can see we have this user, it will be automatically filled from directly from our views.py, and this is the profile image. Actually it is nothing but, you can say, an image field, right? It is an input tag. So what this forms.py is going to do is it's going to automatically create, you can say, a form for us, right? That input tag, right, is going to create that input tag for us, right? So right here plus it will be profile form, right? And okay, right here it accepts the model form, and then the class will be meta, and we'll be using the meta class. And right here model, this is going to be the profile model. I'm going to use the profile model, right? So basically which model I'm just going to use, that is the profile model, right? Now right here fields that I'm going to use, so I'm going to need all the fields. So right here underscore underscore all underscore underscore, right? And then after this right here exclude, so you can say this is going to exclude that you can say this user, right? That this user, right? So it's going to exclude this user because I don't want to create an input tag for this, right? I want to create an input tag for this only. So basically what is that at this point, so I want to exclude, you can say, my user, right? This user field, right? So this is pretty much simple, right? And this is what we have to do. Now just go to, you can say, your views.py, and at this point you can say after this profile I'm going to use the try except block to, you can say, to be safe from, you can say, any type of error. And at this point I'm going to write here if request.user, this means if the request.user exists, or like you can say here dot is underscore authenticated, right? If our user is authenticated, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to first, you can say, check. So what I'm going to do is at this point I'm going to, you can say, fetch my current user. So I will be needing my, okay, it is current underscore user, okay, it is current, okay, it is current underscore user. This is going to be equals to request dot user, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm I'm going to, you can say, first you can say I'm going to check that I'm going to be adding a comment that is uploading. Okay, it is uploading and updating the profile. It is profile image, right? So basically I will be handling my profile image logic at this point. So I'm going to write here, the first thing that I will be needing is that I need my form at this point. So I'm going to write here form, right? And this is going to be equals to profile form, and I'm going to, you can say, I'm going to create an instance for this, right? Because I want to create a instance for this profile form, and this is, and the instance is going to be our current user. So we're going to instance. Okay, it is instance. Okay, it is instance, and this is going to be our, you can say, current user. Okay, it is current user, right? And then I'm going to check if my request dot method, if it is equals to post method, right? If it is equals to post method, right? Then I want to try profile underscore, you can say, image. Actually I'm just going to I'm just trying to fetch, you can say, my image. So it's going to be profile image. This is going to be equals to request. Now here you might be thinking I have to write the post, but it is similar to that, but it's quite different, right? Instead of post we have to write here files, right? Because as we are using web, so this is the syntax for this, you can imagine, right? So this is basically the syntax, the file, and then you can say I want to fetch my profile image. So this is profile underscore image, right? And the I should be capital, because if you go to the models.py, you can see this thing, the profile image. You've just used this, use the same spelling in this point, right? At this point, right? And just give the accept right at this point. Accept, exception, right here, pass, and do the same thing. Copy this thing, hit enter, and paste that at this point, right? Shift tab, save this middle, right? Okay, and after this, what I'm going to do is, you can say I'm going to upload my profile to my database, right? So this is going to be pretty much simple. I write here profile. This is going to be, so profile equals to, is going to be profile, and then I'm going to get the user. So user is going to be the current user, right? And the profile, okay, it is profile underscore image. This is going to be profile, you can say, underscore image, right? And then I want to save my profile image, right? This is going to be, so I'm going to write here profile dot save. Pretty much simple, right? And then you can see we have to import this profile. So just go to the top, and where is that? After this, give a comma and paste this thing, right? And you can see this thing we have also imported, you can say, this profile form. So VS Code do this automatically. We don't have to do this manually. If I'm using this profile form, it's going to automatically import that profile form, right? Okay, save this much of thing, right? Now you can even, you can say, add a message at this point. Let's say I'm going to write here messages dot success, accept the request, and the message will be, you can say, profile image uploaded, just like this, right? Uploaded successfully, just like this. Save this thing. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to, at this point, just remove this pass. I'm going to write here return redirect. I want to return redirect to profile, or simply write here profile, just like that. Now you might be thinking, why I'm just doing this at this point, because let's say this is only going to work when I'm going to select an image, right, from my directory. But let's say without selecting an image, if I'm just clicking on that upload button, then it's going to raise an error. So I don't want to raise that error. I just want to simply, you can say, refresh the page. So copy this thing. You can just do the same at this point, even paste this thing at this point. Okay, now after this thing, what I'm going to do is okay, after this thing I'm going to, you can say, create, you can say, my profile. I want to just, you can say, fetch that profile object of my current user so that I can display it on my screen. So I'm going to write here profile underscore object. This is going to be equals to profile dot, right, is going to be profile dot objects dot, I want to going to filter using my user. So this is going to be, the user is going to be the current user. Okay, it is going to be current user. Okay, and I'm going to fetch, you can say, I'm going to first check if this exists, right? If profile object, if this object exists, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fetch its image. So I'm going to write here profile underscore image that I want to display, disp display. I'm going to write here it's going to be profile object dot last. Now you might be thinking, why I'm just writing this last at this point. Now the answer is pretty much simple. Whenever you are updating your profile image, then it will be you can say, if I'm going to write here first, right, if I'm going to write here first, then it's going to you can say, it's not going to update, you can say, it's not going to show you the updated image, because we are using the first. And if I'm going to use the last at this point, what it's going to do is it's always going to show me the last image. And whenever I will be uploading an image or updating an image, then the last image is you can say is going to be updated, because let's say it's going to be pretty much simple. Let's say I have an array, and let's say it is 1, 2, 3, right? And this you can say this 1 is one image, 2 is one image, 3 is one image. Let's say I'm adding one more image to this, let's say that is 4. So you can say, if I'm adding that 4 to this array, so I want to display, you can say, the last, you can say, instance of this array, that is this 4. If it is 5, then I want to show this 5. If it is 6, then I want to display the 6. Because if I write here first, it is going to show me only this 1 always. It is going to display this 1 always, right? So that I don't want, right? So I'm going to use this last. So after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fetch, you can say, that image URL. So it's going to be profile, you can say, underscore image underscore URL. This is going to be equals to profile, you can see this is profile, it is profile underscore image underscore display dot, I want, you can say, I want to fetch, you can say, that profile image, profile, okay, it is profile underscore image, and it's going to return me, you can say, a URL, right? And if my profile object, if it does not exist, so I'm going to write the else statement at this point, and this is going to be profile. Okay, I can just, you can say, copy this thing, paste this thing, and I'm going to write here, I'm going to, you can say, add the default part at this point, that is image, that is images, or sorry, is image. Let's see where is that models.py, it is images, right? So make sure you're writing the correct thing at this point. So it is images slash default, okay, it is default user dot png, right? If you go to the static file, and inside this images you can find this only logo.png. We don't have, you can say, that default user.png, you can see this default user image. So I'm going to add that at this point. And okay, so it should not be inside, you can see, the static directory. It should be inside, you can say, our media directory. Where is that media directory? Inside this directory, inside this images, the URL pad, because with the URL given at this point is coming from this, you can see this directory, right? So I'm going to, you can say, add that image in this directory. Now at this point you can see I have just pasted, you can say that the default user.png image, right? You can see this image at this point. You can download this thing from my source code, right? Close this thing, right? Now where is that views.py at this point? Save this much of thing. Okay, after doing this much, I think I'm going to pass, you can say, this profile image URL to my, you can say, to my HTML page. So you can say at this point, inside this I'm going to create a context, right? So I'm going to create a context at this point. So I'm going to write here context, and this is going to be equals to, it will be a dictionary, and this is going to be this profile image URL. So I'm going to paste it at this point, just like this, and right, just like that. I'm going to paste that thing, and then I'm going to pass my contact at this point, right? And just I want this inside this thing, right? Okay, now after that, just you can say go to, you can say, your profile.html, and where's that image? At this point I'm going to display my image. So it's going to be profile underscore image underscore URL, and this is at this point right here media slash, and add a slash at this point. Save this much of thing. Let's go to the browser, right? And at this point I'm going to refresh it. Let's see, reload, and let's see what is going to be wrong with this thing. So nothing is wrong at this point. Let's try to run it again, and it's showing this page is not working, redirected too many times. Okay, so what we can do is just go to the views.py, just for right now make it as simply right here pass, save this much of thing, refresh it, and let's see. Okay, local error profile slash context referred before assignment, right? So okay, one thing we can do at this point is that we can just take this return statement to this point and hit this tab, and again you can say just hit the tab again and again, right? Now save this much of thing. I'm just putting that, you can say, inside this thing. So, and now just uncomment this thing and just remove this thing, and I hope so now this is going to fix this. Let's see, refresh the page, and it's telling that return, and it does not return any type of HTTP response. It returns you can say this none instead. Now let's see what is going to be wrong with that thing. Okay, now problem is that we have to put this, right? You can say put this thing at this point. Now save this much of thing, and I hope so this is going to work right now. Okay, and we have to also, you can say, I hope so this is going to work, right? And just take these things out of, you can say, this if statement, because I'm not going to, you can say, because this is only to upload the image, right? And this is to display the image. So the display of the image should be, you can say, out of this if statement, right? So there is one mistake by us, so I'm sorry for that, right? So now save this thing, go to the browser. Now I hope so this is going to work. Refresh it, and yeah, now that's working. And you can see this thing, the image is not coming at this point. Now let's see what's going to be wrong with that. So go to, you can say, where is that profile.html. so it is media slash this thing, right? So I hope so it is correct. It is okay, so it is slash, we're going to just give it a slash at this point, slash media slash, right? And now I hope so it is going to work. Refresh it, and let's see, and I can see this image at this point. So I'm going to get my image at this point, right? Okay, that's nice. And now when I click on this, I'm going to, you can say, I should see, you can say, input tag at this point. Let's create that input tag, right? So it's going to be pretty much simple. Why is that, you can say, the image form. So at this point you can find this image form, and you can say inside, you can say in this, you can say in this form, at this point I'm going to, we have just defined an attribute called ink type, Okay, it is mctyp is int type, and this is going to be multi-part, right? Multi-part, or it's going to be form slash data. So this is going to help us, you can say, taking, you can say, the image URL and all those things to our views.py, right? And then I'm going to, you can say, after this h3 tag, I'm going to pop up my, okay, so that is the input form. So right here, form dot as underscore p, save this much of thing, go to this point, refresh it, and just click on this, and you can find this choose image. So click on this image. I'm just clicking on this image, upload, and profile image has been successfully uploaded. You can see this thing at this point. So this is working, right? And you can see this thing, I have not even defined, you can say, this action at this point, right? And yeah, because it's because this form does not depend on this action, right? So this is how it works. This forms directly, you can say, so this is this, you can say, this form use this button as its own button to submit its forms, right? You can even write here simply slash profile slash, because you can say profile slash, because that is going to be better for you can say, this is going to be error free, because there should not be any type of problem, right? So it's working. So refresh the page again. Okay, click on this profile page, and let's try to add another image. Let's say I'm just adding this image. Click on this upload, and you can see this thing, my image profile has been changed successfully. Now in the next video we are going to see, you can say, about this address part. But before that, I want to show, you can say, display my you can say, if I want to display, you can say, my actual things at this point. Just go to the VS Code, and where is that? You're going to find this thing. So this is going to be my original name. So I'm going to write here request.user.first underscore name, and at this point I'm going to write here, just copy this thing, paste this at this point, and write here last, right? And then at this point I'm just giving this thing and writing here full name, this full name, just like that, right? And at this point I'm going to show my you can say what is the username. So it is going to be request.user.username, and it's going to be user name. And at this point I'm going to show my email. So it's going to be email, and this is going to be remove these things, request.user.email. It is okay, it is email. Save this much of thing, go to the browser, refresh it. Okay, just refresh this page, and you can see this, I'm not getting this thing. Now it's pretty much simple. If I'm not getting this thing is because I don't have, you can say, any type of full name in my case, right? But whoever, you can say, whoever is logging into this website, he's going to create his full name and email, because by creating the super user I've not created the full name. That's why it's not showing at this point. But that's not the matter, because all other users have to necessarily add their full name, last name, and their email address or username, everything, right? So that's not going to be a big problem for us right now, right? So then in the next video we are going to you can say handle, you can say, this address thing, and then this logout option also in the next video, right? So thanks for watching this video, and I will see you next time.